Well, it is lunchtime again here in Kuala Lumpur, and my timing continues to be impeccable, though I don't think I can avoid it this time because, I mean, as soon as I stepped outside my hotel, I can just feel the moisture in the air. It is so damp, and it just has that feeling like a storm is coming. And when I look up, there's just rain clouds everywhere. But I have a feeling that even if I went out earlier than this, there would have been rain clouds. I saw a couple of news articles, I think, talking about torrential rains and flooding all across Malaysia. I think people have died in the flooding, and they're saying that there's going to be thunder. There are going to be torrential downpours across well, all of Malaysia here in Kuala Lumpur for the next 2 weeks. And we know why that's happening. It's because I'm here. Rain loves me, follows me wherever I go. So I'm in Kuala Lumpur now. That means there's going to be, roughly 3 weeks of torrential rain. So everyone can blame me for that. And at lunchtime, I'm actually going to go back to Pudu, where I was yesterday. Yesterday, I went to the number 68 sort of economy rice place. I love that place. I wish I was staying in Pudu. I would eat there every day. But I made a bit of an epic adventure out of it yesterday because I walked all the way there. And it was actually sunny as I was walking there. Traffic jam. Don't know what's going on out there. And it was pretty hot and sweaty and tired by the time I got there. Today I'm going to try to get back to Pudu by LRT, see how that works out, because of all the construction on this line is disrupting service. I haven't quite got that figured out yet. But I want to go to a vegetarian restaurant called Sweet Veggie. It is actually right beside 68, so I'm going to exactly the same place, but I'm eating at this vegetarian restaurant right next door. So I've just arrived at Masjid Jamek, and from here it's only 3 or 4 stops to get to Pudu station. And I have to get up there to that elevated track, and I'm trying to remember if I want to be on this side or the other side to head towards Pudu. I think I need to be on the other side, and the easiest way is actually to enter the station from the other side of the street. I can enter the station here, but then I have to go down into a tunnel and pop up the other side, I think. So I'm going to cross the road here and see if that works out. It's Sunday today. So I don't know why there's so much traffic here. That's why you're getting all this, like traffic is backed up there. You're getting some horn honking. But the congestion is here. I don't know why. And because of the disruption to the MRT system, they have this system of buses, shuttle buses, that take you to various places. But I don't think I need a shuttle bus. I think I can enter the station here and then go up to this platform. That's what I'm going to try to do. I think it's open. Okay, now I'm confused. So you can't even go anywhere from here? What is going on? It's all blocked on both sides. So I can't go up to this platform at all. And now I'm really confused. Not to do another deep dive into the transit system of Kuala Lumpur, but here's Pudu, here's Masjid Jamek, and yesterday, for several days, I've taken this MRT line or LRT line from Pudu to Masjid Jamek, so it only makes sense that I'd be able to go back the other way. But maybe, okay, maybe they're only using the other platform because it stops here and goes back. So anyway, I'm gonna cross the street again and see if I can get to that platform on that side. And maybe that's where I need to be. I was hoping it was going to go smoother today, because every one of my outings since I've been back in KL has been really complicated, mainly because of this transit system problem, the construction. I've sort of gotten confused each time. And all of my outings have been a lot more complicated than I was hoping for. So, yeah, I guess there's no way to get on this side, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I can get on the right train from the other side. Just waiting for the traffic to slow down. And the weather has been problematic as well, with all the heavy rains and a lot of thunder happening right now. I didn't see that car coming. He was coming very quickly. So yeah, it's a complicated area. They do have a stoplight there that will turn red, and that's sort of a pedestrian crossing over there. But there's a pedestrian crossing here too. Anyway, this is where I'm crossing. So this is all the stuff you have to read right now. You have to figure out where you want to go. If you're going to any of these places, then you have to cross the street and take one of those three shuttle buses, 11, 13, or 14. They all go to Titiwangsa in the direction of Central Timur, but I'm going in the other direction. So I guess I have to go up to this platform. We'll find out. And I think I have to transfer at Tuah station as well, which makes it not very convenient, but let's see what happens. And I still have the power of touch and go, so at least I can go in easily. And then this way. So to Ampang or Sri Petaling. Okay, so I guess it's all on this side. For some reason I thought Ampang trains are on the other side. Yeah, so here we are, heading towards Hang Tuah, Ampang, Puter Heights. And I think I have to transfer at Hang Tuah to get the final stage to Pudu. So if you've clicked on this video, you're probably getting a lot more information about the KL transit system than you expected, because I assume the title is going to be something about a vegetarian restaurant. False advertising. But I'm trying to get to this vegetarian restaurant, and I'll get there eventually, one way or another. It's only a question of how hot and sweaty I am when I get there. Oh, mask. I forgot again. I do that all the time. I found out about this restaurant, by the way, through another YouTube channel called Veggie's on Tour. And I've been doing kind of a deep dive into their videos, which has been an interesting experience. And one of the videos I saw recently, or maybe it was an older one, I can't remember, they did a list of vegetarian restaurants. in KL, like inexpensive ones. And I kept out, I opened up a computer notepad and I wrote down the names of all the restaurants that they recommended. So I thought I'd go try one of them. Oh man, what a world I live in. It's just thundering and threatening. It just sort of feels ominous. But I did bring an umbrella this time. Oh, I just felt the first raindrop. That's what I'm staring at. The rain clouds. Very dark. And the rain has started. I don't know if the microphone is picking up the thunder, sound of the thunder, but I hear it very clearly. And this video clip, by the way, is being recorded by my second GoPro. I have a GoPro in my hand. This is my Jaws Flex. No, this is not the Jaws Flex clamp. This is the 3-way grip, which I really like. Uh-oh, the rain's really coming down now. So I use that one as my main GoPro, but I have another one mounted on a chest harness, but it doesn't have a external microphone plugged into it. So this is the built-in mic of the GoPro, and it's probably, you hear a lot of wind noise, but it gives a very easy way to record some video, sort of a POV style. So if I have this whole MRT thing figured out, this train is going to come to this platform and stop, and then it basically just goes back in the same direction that it came from. It won't continue on, or I don't know. I'm so confused. But as you can see, the other platform where I thought I had to go is completely closed. There's nobody there. And there's the rain coming down as soon as I step outside. And this is the way. But speaking of the mask requirement that they still have here, I just had an interesting experience because as I entered the system, I forgot to put on my mask again. It's really hard to remember when you're shooting video, to remember these little details. So I was coming up the stairs and I still hadn't put on a mask, but then I remembered and I put on my mask. And while I was standing here on the platform, I heard some loud speaking. I turned around, and one of the security guards for the transit system, he was speaking to a group of 4 men. They looked to be, I think, migrant workers from Bangladesh, I'm guessing. But 2 of them were wearing a mask. Oh, here comes the train. I like the look of these trains. But anyway, 2 of the men were wearing a mask and 2 weren't. And the guard was telling them he has to leave, he has to put on a mask. You know, they have to leave the station, go out and buy a mask and come back in. But I happen to have a whole big bag of extra ones. So I just went over to them and opened up my big bag of masks and offered them, you know, you want a mask? And they took 2 of them. So that solved the problem. I just heard a huge clap of thunder and a lightning strike. Yeah, the storm really has arrived just in time for my lunch trip. Crazy. So to continue my deep dive, the way I understand things, this whole line is closed from Masjid Jamek to Central Timur. You can't go to any of these stations. So you can get to Masjid Jamek, but then you have to change to a shuttle bus to continue to here, or all the way to here, Titiwangsa. So this train, I think, just came from Ampang. So I think it starts here and then goes through Pudu to Masjid Jamek, and then I think it stops here and then turns around and goes back in the same direction. And then I have to transfer in Hang Tuah and then go to Pudu. So if the train leaves from this station and it goes in that direction, then I'm right. If it goes in this direction, then I'm totally confused. Cross our fingers that it goes this way. Is it going to go this way? Then I understand what's going on. This way? Yes! We're heading in the right direction. So I have it figured out now. That's where I was yesterday, by the way. There's a blue stairwell there. That's where I was trying to walk to get to Pudu, but I couldn't get through the school grounds. But this station, Plaza Rakyat, is very confusing to me. I don't think I've ever gone out into this neighborhood from the MRT station or LRT station. So yeah, I don't know. I know very little about this neighborhood.
Sila naiki bas perantara percuma di hadapan stesen Masjid Jamek. Attention! This is a shuttle train between Hang Tuah and Masjid Jamek station. To continue your journey to Ampang or Putra Heights, please proceed to platform 1, Hang Tuah station. To continue your journey to Central Timur, please take the free shuttle bus at the Masjid Jamek station entrance. Thank you.
I tried to catch the audio of the announcement. That's the first announcement I've heard explaining what's going on. It was quite interesting because he called this a shuttle train. So this is a shuttle train running between Masjid Jamek and Hang Tuah. And if you want to go beyond Hang Tuah, then you have to go across to the other platform. So I'd have to come up here to go back to Masjid Jamek. It just goes back and forth between those two stations. That's the first time I've heard it explained clearly. The four men, you know, the two that I gave a mask to, they look confused. They're standing in a circle trying to figure out where to go, I think. And here's the transfer crowd. They have a lot of staff here explaining to people what's going on. Because I'm not the only one that's confused. A lot of residents of Kuala Lumpur, even they are confused. But I feel like I'm now an expert. I've got it all figured out. It's a bit unfortunate that all of this trouble happens right in between where I'm staying and Pudu, and I love going to Pudu. So this makes my trip, which is supposed to be quite easy, makes it quite complicated. Oh, there's lightning. And the thunder. Yeah, a lot of people here. I don't know what's going on for a Sunday. Yes, it's all becoming clear. That's where I am now, Hang Tuah, and you can see there are green lights lit up all the way to the end of the line, to Putra Heights. Going through Shri Petaling, but it's kind of a waste for me though, because I only have to do one stop. So it's a lot of effort to get from Masjid Jamek to Pudu. 1, 2, 3 stops, but it takes a long time. I just missed a massive thunderclap. My GoPro wasn't running, but I'm here in Pudu now. There goes my train. Yeah, whoop. That thunderclap was it happened soon after the lightning flash. And of course that means the storm is right above us right now. So I think it's best to hang out here for a few minutes, wait until the rain dies down a bit. So I have to walk from here to get to the restaurant. Has anyone ever worked so hard for lunch in Kuala Lumpur? When you think about my trip yesterday and my trip today. Let's see how much this trip cost me. $1.4 ringgit. So you have to add that to the cost of my lunch, 1.4 ringgit. Oh no, actually double that. So basically 3 ringgit for the round trip to get here to have lunch. So in terms of whether the lunch is a good deal, a good value or not, you have to factor in the cost of getting here. Still raining. I'm just standing here in the station, waiting for the rain to diminish a little bit before I go out there. Oh, hey there, kitty. LRT kitty. Hello. Oh, aren't you sweetie? Friendly. Oh. But I was just thinking, I often notice, like here's a couple of vending machines, and it usually happens to me that in a vending machine, the one item that I might be interested in is always the one item that's sold out. So they've got all these, you know, weird apple twisty, Calpis purple drink, whatever this is, all this stuff, Mountain Dew, you know, cold coffee. I don't really want any of those things. I might want a Pepsi. And of course the Pepsi is the one item that's sold out every single time. It's like the one thing that I want is the one thing they won't have. It's a very common fact of my life, I find. And as I wait, I can go for a walk. I'm right underneath the tracks, so I end up with a roof over my head, and I can go for a little stroll. Yeah, it's right beside this big construction zone. Yeah, I was just thinking more about that mask incident, because I wonder why the guard focused on those men and gave them, you know, a pretty severe little talking to about, okay, you got to put on a mask. Because all up and down the platform, I noticed quite a few people not wearing masks. Those men were not the only ones. And yet the guard spoke to them and to nobody else. Yeah, it made me wonder about that. And there's the ongoing storm. That's not thunder. That's the train arriving. Oh, there's lightning. Still haven't heard the other. Oh, okay. That lightning and thunder was pretty close together still. I thought the storm would have been way past here by now. It is still raining, but I can't wait forever. So I'm gonna start walking. Got my umbrella. It's not a very big one, a very good one, but it'll keep me partially dry. And as you go along, you can stay under some overhanging roofs if you can find them. So far, so good. I haven't even had to open my umbrella yet. More overhanging roof here on the sidewalk. And the pedestrian bridge has a roof on top of it as well. But soon my luck will run out and I won't have a shelter anymore, but it's not far from here to the restaurant. The place, I think I mentioned it once, but it's called Sweet Veggie is the name of it. A fellow taking a nap. Huh, pretty good timing actually, because the rain is really slowing down. All right, I'm on the street where I'm trying to go. Thought I'd walk out here just so the GoPro can capture the restaurant, see what it looks like from the outside. And there's number 68 on the corner. I think it wasn't until quite recently that I even realized that these places have a name. I just call them buffet restaurants because all the food is laid out in a self-serve buffet. But I've noticed here they call them mixed rice or economy rice. That's a type of restaurant. So that's 68. And there's one business separating them, but almost right beside it there's Sweet Veggie. I have a good feeling about this place. Looks casual. And oh, they have a boober porridge. I can see the sign from here. And they have a self-serve buffet, and it looks like you can order from a menu with photos. So those are my two favorite things. Oh, this looks amazing. So this is the buffet, all vegetarian. Some of it, of course, looks like meat. I guess that red dish there looks like meat, but it wouldn't be. It's vegetarian, I think.
Self-service.
Oh, self-service? Is there to eat in? Is there a plate or only?
Yeah, there's a plate.
Oh, right there. Okay, I didn't see it.
There's a scoop for the rice.
Okay.
Then we gauge from there, see how many dishes you take and the portion.
Thank you. I didn't see this when I came in, but here are the plates. And there's red rice and blue. They look kind of the same. Maybe this is more white. And you got a scoop for the rice. Well, since I noticed this one, I'm going to get that. Figure out what that tastes like. I think I will get some of this tofu. And a vegetable. And something nice and green to add some more color. Maybe. Try this for now, and if I'm still hungry, I'll come back for more.
Okay.
So this is what I ended up with: rice, tofu, whatever this is, some veggies, and I asked about one dish, whether or not it was eggplant. It kind of looked like eggplant, but she said no, they did have eggplant, but it's gone. So that dish, they don't have any left. But I'm going to dive into this. But before I dive in, I thought I'd just show a closer look at the menu here. I love it when there are names in English with photographs right beside the dish itself and prices. So banh mi, wonton mi, curry mi, mi soup, prawn mi, all kinds of them. And here, this looks like a special one, clay pot, yi mi. And you can see the prices that go along with all of those. Looks great. Oh, this, what I got there, by the way, came to 8.5 ringgit. And just another look at what's here, on this GoPro. You can see all the different dishes. And then there, that's great. They have porridge. It's a very good.
Yam cake.
What is that?
Yam cake.
Yam cake.
Yeah.
That's one of your favorites?
Yam.
Yam?
Yeah.
It looks good. Oh, that one there.
Yeah.
Is it like a dessert?
No. 什么味道啊？是吗？
Yeah, it's like dessert.
Like a dessert, a little bit sweet.
But it's salty.
Oh, salty.
Dessert, yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you have a specialty, like one dish that you are famous for? Something really good that you make?
Famous
So if a foreigner like me comes, what would you tell them to have?
If you want noodle, it will be a traditional special noodle.
Oh, traditional special noodle?
Yeah.
Oh, and you have a whole menu like this too?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, these are fried rice.
Ah, nice. Okay. And then you have all these as well.
Yeah. People love our curry, wanton mee. Yeah. Curry, wanton mee, most people love to take.
Okay. Ah, looks good. And I like it's very open here. Not a lot of tables, but right now there's more than enough room. So I'm going to sit down and try this out. To be honest, I would move to Pudu just like to stay here just so I could be closer to this restaurant. Yeah, I like simple places like this so much. And when I was at the cashier, she showed me they have an actual menu, like laminated pages with lots of different dishes, so it makes it so easy to order. Yeah, love it. And to be honest, I don't think I'm going to rave about how any of this tastes. I'm sure it all tastes great. But for me, the point of a restaurant like this is more about just the overall quality of the food, the selection, simplicity, the ease of it, the comfort of coming here, plus the price, of course, you know, not expensive at all. If you are a connoisseur of the finest food of the land, yeah, you'd probably go to another type of restaurant, right? But if you're a working person who just needs a good meal every day with no muss, no fuss, and a vegetarian meal, this is great. I say that because on Google Maps, I was looking at the reviews that people left for 68. And personally, I would have nothing but praise for that place. I would just heap praise on it because I like it so much. And I would do the same for this restaurant. I would recommend this to anybody. I think it's a great place just based on my limited experience so far. But when I was looking at the reviews on Google Maps, I was surprised at how many people were willing to criticize that restaurant for various reasons. So for example, they said that the food on display wasn't hot enough, that it was more or less at room temperature rather than kept really hot by the steam table. And me, I wouldn't, and I think that's similar to here. I don't think any of this is particular. It's not like it's hot off the stove, out of the wok, you know, hot from the wok to your plate. It's not that kind of food. It's probably kind of at room temperature. That tofu that I just tried was very tasty, but it wasn't hot, you know, like it came straight out of the pot. And I assume this is going to be the same. Yeah. It's room temperature, or air temperature, and the vegetables probably the same. The rice. Very good to me, but none of it, as I said, is hot per se. But for me, that's not a criticism. I'm happy with the food, you know, just as it is. Very tasty. All right. So, unless I get some more food, I may get something else, kind of a dessert or something. But until then, I'm going to shut off the GoPro and dive into my lunch. I'll check back in a few minutes after I'm well fed. I need some food. I need some energy. That's it for my late lunch, my thunderstorm lunch. That was great. As I said, if it was easy to do and things worked out, I'd move into a hotel in this neighborhood just so I could be close to this restaurant and to 68 in my kind. This whole area is my kind of neighborhood. So yeah, I could easily live here. And just as I was finishing and getting ready to go, I noticed that in the refrigerator they had some of these cups. They're all kind of upside down. I thought maybe it would be like a custard, some kind of a dessert. But when I got closer, I saw it was soybean, like soy milk. And this is black soybean milk. I had one of these the other day when I had lunch with Daryl. He suggested it, and I was expecting it to look dark, like for the milk to actually be black. But I think black soybean milk means it's made with black sugar or some sort of a dark sweetener as opposed to white sugar, and that's where the black comes from. But yeah, I love soy milk. It's nice. Yeah, it's good. So there is the sign for Sweet Veggie. And then down below, there you can see the inside of the place. Really nice. It's already one of my favorite places in KL for a filling, basic, and affordable lunch. Or breakfast, I assume. You could probably get a breakfast there. They have the bubur, the porridge, which would be really nice. So the rain is over, which means I could walk back to my neighborhood, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to get back into the transit system, take the train instead. Yeah. So I don't anticipate any adventures on the train. I've got that all figured out now. I've got to get from here to Hang Tuah, transferred. You don't really transfer, I guess you transfer. All you're doing is moving from one platform across to the other platform. It's easily done once you know you have to do it, then it's no problem at all. It's just the first time you do it when it's confusing and you're unsure of what's going on. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And head back to my own neighborhood. And as always, I'll see you next time.